Good evening. I call the April 15th, 2025 meeting of the Sarpy County Planning Commission to order at 7 p.m. Ms. Timby, could you please call the roll?
Ackley.
Here.
Bernat.
Here.
Mattia.
Here.
Van Wielden.
Here.
Whitfield.
Here.
Huddleston.
Here.
Dembinski. Weiss. Kierlieber. Huck.
Here.
We have a quorum.
I invite you to join me in the reciting of the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a public meeting subject to the Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A current copy of the law is located on the north wall of this room. Please feel free to review the law before making any comments. Introduction of planning staff and legal counsel. Don Simon, Planning Director. Kelly Jack, Planning Coordinator. Nicole Spitzenberger, Deputy County Attorney. Stephen Preston, Deputy County Attorney. Lisa Timby, Permit Technician. Jose Garcia, Technological Services. This time is designated for individuals to address the Commission on topics not otherwise listed on the agenda tonight. Ms. Timby, has anyone signed up?
No.
In that case, I will close the public comment portion of the meeting. The first order of business is to approve or edit the minutes from the prior meeting. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes of March 18th, 2025.
Motion to approve is written.
Second.
Please vote. Six yeas, one abstained, Whitfield, 3 absent, Weiss, Dembinski, Kierlieber. Motion carries.
Okay, let's move on to the public hearing portion of the meeting. Each agenda item will adhere to the following format as detailed in the Sarpy County Planning Commission bylaws. The planning staff will introduce and briefly explain the agenda item. The applicants or applicants' representatives will be given 5 minutes to provide information about the project to the Commission. After the applicant's presentation, I'll open the floor to public comment. Please keep your comments relevant to the agenda item, and to keep the meeting moving, please avoid repeating what others have said. Once all parties that wish to speak have done so, I'll close the public comment portion of the agenda item. The applicant or applicant's representative can respond to any questions or concerns raised and rebut any comments. Next, I'll close the public hearing, and the members of the Planning Commission will discuss the agenda item. During this discussion, the commissioners may ask questions of anyone involved in the project. There is no requirement for rebuttal from others. Also, there is no time limit for this discussion. Okay, let's start with the regular agenda then. This is a public hearing and recommendation. John B. and Marilyn E. Milks Living Trust has submitted applications for consideration of a rezoning from AG Agricultural District to RE2 Residential Estates 2 District, and a preliminary plat and final plat of a subdivision to be known as Lot 1 and Outlot A, Milks Place, being a platting part of Tax Lot 1 and tax lot B, lying south of Mitchell Road in the southeast quarter of southwest quarter of section 20, T13 North, R12 East of the 6th Post Meridian, Sarpy County, Nebraska, generally located southeast of 120th and Mitchell Road.
Good evening, Commissioners. The request before you is a rezoning from AG, Agricultural Farming District, to RE2, Residential Estates 2 District, and a preliminary plat and final plat of a subdivision to be known as Lot 1 and Outlot 1, Milks Place. The subject property is a approximately 14.36 acre site located southeast of 120th Street and Mitchell Road. The purpose of the request is to split off the existing homestead from the rest of the property so it can be sold or transferred to a family member. The site contains a home, a garage, and an outbuilding. The future land use designation of the property is residential estates, and the proposed RE2 zoning is consistent with this designation. The property is in the urban reserve zone, which requires it to follow a build-through overlay regulations. However, the property does not meet the minimum 40-acre requirement, so Appendix C of the comprehensive plan allows for an exception from the urban reserve zone guidelines when one or more of specific criteria can be met, and in this case, the applicant is requesting to create a single additional lot for sale or transfer to a family member for construction of a home, and that they have followed the county's guidelines for utility and drainage easements and roadway access and connections. The single acreage lot is about 2.2 acres. And the remainder of the property has been placed in an outlot reserved for future development once public utilities are available to the site. The outlot also serves the outlot, when part of a future platting, will provide the drainage way protection along the creek, will allow for a future sewer easement when that alignment is known, and address the environmentally sensitive area requirements that need to be set aside with the future platting. Access is from Mitchell Road, and the required road dedication is provided. An existing well and septic system will serve the property. Applications were sent out for review and comment. We received comments from the county surveyor, Public Works. The agency, because this area is in the urban reserve zone, the sewer agency has reviewed the proposal and will allow the applicant would pay the one single lot fee for a lot less than 3 acres prior to final plat approval. An exception request that goes specifically to the agency at a monthly meeting is not required because the home and septic system exist. However, if in the future they wish to expand the home and that required a separate septic system or an entirely new system, at that time they would need to go before the agency for an exception. The existing residence and the accessory buildings will meet the setback requirements of the new zoning district. And with that, staff recommends approval of the rezoning from AG to RE2. The preliminary plat and final plat of the subdivision to be known as Lot 1 and Outlot A, Milks Place, subject to the following: County Board exception of the comprehensive plan build-through 40-acre size requirement is allowed in Appendix C of the comprehensive plan. Dedication of the right-of-way for Mitchell Road to a total width of 50 feet based on the alignment provided by county surveyor. Execution of a development agreement with the county related to the plat and future development of Outlot A, including future easements or set-asides required for the creek setback, environmental protections, and sanitary sewer improvements by the sewer agency. Payment of the single lot sewer agency fee will be required prior to the county board chairman signing the final plat and addressing any other comments provided by other departments or agencies. With that, I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you. Would the applicant or a representative of the applicant like to address the board?
I'm Lori Smith, and I'm the trustee for the estate.
Good evening. For the record, could you
Yes.
state your name and address?
Lori Smith, 16475 South 132nd Street, Springfield, Nebraska.
Super. Can you sign in as well, please?
Yeah. Can I what? Oh, sign here?
Yes, ma'am.
You bet.
Thank you.
Happy to do that. Honestly, I think Kelly has shared everything that that we would want to share. The biggest thing for us is this particular land's been in our family since 1881, and we'd like to continue that. And so subdividing it and creating that lot would really help in hopefully selling it to a family member. So that's really our intention with all of this. Outlot 8 is going to continue to be farmed as it has been for the last many years. So, are there any questions that we can respond to? Great, thank you.
Thank you. I will open the public hearing for this item. Is there anybody from the public who would like to give their input on this item? Then I will close the public hearing on this item. Is there any input from the commissioners? If there is no input from the commissioners at this stage, I would ask for a motion, please.
I would move that we recommend approval of the rezoning from AG Agricultural Farming District to RE2 Residential Estates 2 District on the property to be known as Lot 1 and Outlot A, Milks Place, subject to the comments and attachments in the Planning Department recommendation report, as the proposal with existing conditions meets the intent of the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and zoning regulations.
Second?
Please vote. Seven yeas, 3 absent. Weiss, Dembinski, Kyer Lieber, motion carries.
Okay, the second item on tonight's agenda is...
we got two
Oh,
more
we have 2 more motions on this. Sorry, Charlie. I thought you went through all 2 there. All 3.
Well, with regard to the preliminary plat agenda item, I would move that we recommend approval of a preliminary plat of the subdivision known as Lot 1 and Outlot A, Milks Place in Sarpy County, Nebraska, subject to the comments and attachments in the Planning Department recommendation report, as the proposal is consistent with the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and meets the intent of the Sarpy County zoning and subdivision regulations.
Second.
Please vote. Seven yeas, 3 absent, Weiss, Dembinski, Kyra Lieber, motion carries.
With regard to the final plat agenda item, I would move that we recommend approval of a final plat of the subdivision to be known as Lot 1 and Outlot A, Milks Place in Sarpy County, Nebraska, which is subject to A, the county board exception of the comprehensive plan build-through 40-acre size requirement as allowed by Appendix C, Exception 3D. Item B, the dedication of right-of-way for Mitchell Road to a total width of 50 feet based on an alignment which will be provided by the county surveyor. Item C, which is execution of a development agreement with the county related to the plat and future development of Outlot A, including any future easements or set-asides required for the creek setback, environmental protections, and sanitary sewer improvements by the sewer agency. Item D, which is payment of the single lot sewer agency fee, will be required prior to county board chair signing the final plat. Item E, addressing the comments provided by other departments and agencies, which will be forwarded to the applicant as they are received. And then item F, which is the applicant addressing the planning department comments provided on March 28, 2025, and any other comments that are attachments in the planning department recommendation report, which we haven't noted above or previously. This recommendation is made as a proposal is consistent with the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and meets the intent of the Sarpy County zoning and subdivision regulations.
Second.
Please vote. Seven yeas, 3 absent, Weiss, Dembinski, Kyra Lieber, motion carries.
Okay, item 2, election of officers.
Do we have a nomination for chairman?
Mr. Brethnock, would you like to serve yet again?
Sure, why not? I'd be honored.
I hereby nominate you.
Thank you.
Is the nomination the same as, so he actually moved? Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Who was that, Whitfield?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, how does it work for vice chair, the 6 of us here?
So I talked to Heather Dominski today, and she would be glad to serve another year along with you if you would like her to.
Okay.
So first, we have to get you in place.
Yeah,
Right.
so on that note, please vote.
Heather just being chair.
Yeah. She's not here tonight. Let's just vote her in. Yeah.
Careful.
6 yeas, 3 absent, Weiss, Dembinski, Kyra Lieber, motion carries. Or 7 yeas.
Well, you can vote for yourself, right?
You can, I guess you can vote. Did you vote for yourself?
I did. I thought about voting against me, but, I wasn't sure on this.
Okay, can we have a nomination for vice chairman?
I would nominate Heather Dembinski.
Second.
Okay. Please vote. 7 yeas, 3 absent, Weiss, Dembinski, Kyrie Lieber, motion carries.
So ends the public portion of tonight's meeting. Do the commissioners have any comments or reports? Okay. Does the planning department have any reports?
Not this evening.
How are we looking for next month?
We do not have any applications at this point.
Okay, fair enough. If there's no further discussion, I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Well done.